Hello, coolers. Welcome back to another interesting episode of Viva Barca, the home of everything Barca. Guys, in this episode, we are going to be discussing on some two recent developments for FC Barcelona. We are going to discuss on this transfer, saying that Barcelona are in talks with two midfielders over a January move and they are awaiting Xavi's go-ahead. Who are these two midfielders? We are going to be discussing on that, so please make sure you watch this video right up to the very end. Then secondly, we're going to be talking about this other development that they are saying that Barcelona are thin on transfer funds for January due to Ronald Koeman's compensation payout. Of course, we all know as Koeman was sacked, Barca need to pay him his compensation. And because of that, reports are now saying that Barcelona are in shortage of transfer funds for the upcoming January transfer window. We are going to be discussing on that story as well. So guys, as we get ready to discuss those stories in much detail, please make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed, give this video a like and make sure to watch this video right up to the very end. Barcelona's dismissal of Ronald Koeman was always going to, disrupt some of the club's plans for the immediate future. Of course, Koeman was relieved of his duties last week after a disappointing 1-0 defeat to Rayo Vallecano away from home, with the club acting quickly to identify club legend Xavi Hernandez as his replacement. However, Xavi is yet to be signed, meaning it has left transfer operations at the club for the January window at a standstill, according to report from Sport. According to the report, Barca were already in talks with two central midfielders over a potential transfer in the January transfer window. While it does not give away the names of those two stars, the report mentions that the first midfielder plays in France and is entering the final 6 months of his contract. The second one, meanwhile, is a top player who has not received regular game time at his club and is angling for an exit. It is also claimed that Barcelona were in very advanced talks to secure the services of one of the two midfielders. However, they were forced to hit pause on negotiations following the sacking of Koeman and are now waiting for Xavi to take over and give his verdict before rekindling the pursuit for the said star. While it would be speculation at this point, the second player in question could be Manchester United's Donny van de Beek. The Dutchman has been on the radars of Barcelona for a while now and has struggled for minutes at Old Trafford. In fact, reports earlier this week indicated that Barcelona were inching closer to securing his signing. As for the identity of the first player who plays in France and is in the final year of his contract, Olympique Marseille's, Boubacar Kamara would be a strong possibility. Former Barca Academy ace Xavi Simons, who left the club for PSG, is also out of contract next year and has been linked with a return to Barcelona as well. It will be interesting to find out who these players are and whether Barcelona are successful in their endeavors to sign them. For now though, Barca will be hoping to get Xavi's appointment over the line at the earliest. Then moving on to the next story of discussion. After having, seesawed for weeks, Barcelona decided to finally get rid of Ronald Koeman from the managerial position last Tuesday. The 1-0 defeat to Rayo Vallecano proved to be the final act for the Dutchman, who had been hanging dearly to the job for quite some time by then. One of the major lessons, or let me say major reasons behind Barca, holding off on sacking Koeman was the compensation that, he would be owed once his contract was terminated prematurely. And now, that has become a bone of contention for Barcelona, according to Sport. Journalist Luis Canot, who also happens to be Koeman's close aide, revealed information regarding the compensation payout amount and Barcelona's request for the ex-manager to reduce his demands. Speaking to Cat Radio, his friend said, "It's 12 million euros, but I want to clear up that in this. There is nothing to do with the money paid to the Dutch Federation to sign him. That was 5 million euros and Barcelona paid straight away by then. I don't know if in these 12, it includes what has to be paid for his technical team or it's just him, taking into account that he delayed 45% of his salary, of course, last season because of the pandemic. So he continued by saying, in the first conversations they asked him to take a cut of around 7 to 8 million euros, far from the 12. They have to pay him. It's a contract signed by both sides, not by the current board, but it's recognized contract and it's not about letting them off. It has to be paid, his friend further added. So going by Canot's statement, it becomes clear and obvious that Koeman will hold out for the full compensation payout of 12 million euros. Earlier this season, Barcelona's economic vice president Eduard Romeo had indicated that the club have around 20 million euros to spend on new players in the January transfer window. However, with a large chunk of that money now set to be paid out to Koeman, Barcelona will once again have their hands tied in the transfer market and will be forced to look at bargain deals. So callers, with that we come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Hope you did enjoy the video and also hope you did subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, make sure to do so you always stay in touch with the latest on FC Barcelona here on Viva Barca. Until next time, bye bye.